Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I apologize. I wasn't able to come on Tuesday. Usually I come live Tuesdays and give you a little mini training here. This week I was running around like crazy. So I didn't have the time, but I did not want to leave you hanging here. So I am coming on now on Friday, just before the weekend too, so people can maybe listen to this and maybe implement what I'm talking about a little bit more. So welcome everybody who's new to this group. I'm so happy that you guys are here. My name is Cordula. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist, and I run my signature program, the 4-month signature program, the Hashimoto's Fatigue Solution, with my beautiful women inside the group, where we go deep in order to relieve your fatigue, get rid of the fatigue, and also help your body to reestablish balance so that you can feel normal with your Hashimoto's and that you get out of systems and into remission. Today, I wanted to do two things with you. So, number one, for those of you who have been with me for a longer time, you know that I am a big fan of diversifying your diet for so many reasons. Diversification and variety in diet is key in order to heal your Hashimoto's body and mind. It's not so much about restriction, what we are being told most of the time. It can be part of the healing journey, but in the grand scheme of things, we want to diversify our diet to get the nutrients in that our bodies need in order to heal. One of the major roadblocks that I have been seeing, and that's what I'm going to be talking about, is blood sugar dysregulation. And if you feel, oh my goodness, that's not me, like my A1C and my blood sugar always comes back great, that's okay. I truly believe that all of us with Hashimoto's, if you are having symptoms, you are experiencing a certain level of blood sugar dysregulation, regardless of what your blood tests come back with. The symptoms can be very subtle, and I'll go through some symptoms in a second, but the issue is that the pathology happens over time. So when it shows as an issue on your blood test, it has been weeks leading up, months leading up to that blood test, pathology that's showing pathology or things out of balance on your blood test. There have been small little changes in your body leading up to that blood test that have been compounding in your body, and now your body is at a breaking point, and that is not where we want to be, right? We want to catch things early, and we want to make sure that we are supporting our body so that we, at any given time, we are supporting healing, restoration, rejuvenation versus breakdown and inflammation and all of these things. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today for you a little bit. I'll give you one big tip, and that's my second thing I was going to talk to you about today is I have a free resource around this tip that I would love to share with you. So that is something I created for my clients inside my Hashimoto's Fatigue Solution program, but I would love to give it to you guys as well. It's a template. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So if you want the free resource to help you navigate the blood sugar response, please give me a hands up in the comments or let me know. Type in resource and then I will send it your way. Okay. Why blood sugar dysregulation? Well, for those of you who have been with me for a while and have been going through some challenges with me, you kind of understand the concept. So I'm not going to go deep into the concept today. That would take way too long. But just understand that because of our inflammation mostly in our body, we are experiencing imbalances on the digestive level when it comes to digesting your food, absorbing your food, your nutrients, which quickly then can lead into not being able to balance the carbohydrates and the sugar that is coming in a way that it's buffered and that your body absorbs it more slowly, right? That can be dysregulated. It can also lead to insulin resistance. So I've seen a lot of insulin resistance over time if we are, number one, maybe eating too much simple sugars, But also if we're eating really healthy, not too many simple sugars, because of the imbalances in the digestive tract, in our detoxification pathways, in our metabolism, right? Because we all have a little bit of an altered metabolism due to our thyroid. That is just a given. With Hashimoto's, our thyroids are affected. Um, there can be insulin resistance that can really hinder you to lose the weight, or to that can really trigger you to hold on to the weight, or your body to hold on to the weight, because the sugar that the sugar cannot be processed as energy in your body. So it is then being stored as a resource, mostly as fat around your abdomen, or sometimes all the buttocks and the leg area. So there's a lot of things that come together when it comes to blood sugar dysregulation. And I said earlier that the symptoms can be very subtle, right? It's not that you run to the doctor and you get a test done and all of a sudden you have this aha moment, oh my goodness, my blood sugar is out of control. So what I mean by subtle, I mean symptoms such as you're feeling moody, right? When you're not eating, when you are in between meals and all of a sudden you are feeling hangry. You can't control your, like your cravings, right? There's a lot of cravings that come with that. You're feeling hangry, you're feeling agitated and really irritable if you are not having enough to eat, or not eat right away when you're feeling hungry. It can also lead to a lot of, sometimes in perimenopausal and menopausal women, to hot flashes. So that's a symptom you can look for when you're experiencing hot flash. How's your blood sugar in this moment in time? You can also feel sluggish after eating, right? That is when your blood sugar drops too fast, too low. You feel sluggish after eating. An hour after eating, you feel like having a nap. You feel your brain fog is increasing. You feel as if you can't focus anymore. You need something to perk you up, right? And then, like I said before, you think you're eating healthy, or you're even restricting your foods, eating less and less and less, and you're gaining weight. You're just not losing the weight that is just piling up, and that's really, really frustrating. So these are all, and there's more to that. There's so many subtle symptoms to blood sugar dysregulation, but those are the most common ones. So I want you to sit back and I want you to think, do I feel like that sometimes, right? Sometimes we just need to really start awareness around these little symptoms, which is how the body is communicating with you. It's the body's language communicating with you how it's doing at this moment in time. And you can really take this language and get cues from it, and then change things up a little bit. So how can you do that, right? So how can you help your body to make sure that the energy that you're eating, which is really what we're talking about when it comes to sugar, right? Sugar is being used as energy in the body, mostly to fuel everything. And so when we say sugar, I'm not talking about processed sugar. I'm talking about the sugar in foods, okay? So I'm always talking about the whole foods, sugar, fruit, starchy vegetables, sweet vegetables, grains, all of this, beans sometimes even. So how can you do that? One of the biggest tips with the most impact that I've seen for many women is think about how you're starting your day off, right? With your first meal of the day. What are you having? Are you having something that is healthy, but it's spiking your blood sugar? So for example, you can have a fruit juice in the morning when you say, this is really healthy, that's really helping me. Yes, it is healthy, but it's not, if it's not buffered, guess what happens? The fruit sugar in that fruit juice is being so quickly absorbed, it will spike your blood sugar very, very quickly. And then this can lead to a lot of, downstream effects that can have a negative impact on you, right? So this can then increase your cortisol, your stress, your internal stress response, that can then cause a little bit or add to the insulin resistance that you might already experience in your body, all of these things. So my biggest tip for you is start your day on a breakfast that is high in protein. So higher in protein, you still want to make sure that you get your fibers in, that you get your fat in, all of that. Make sure that you balance your meal properly, but really focus on increasing the protein ratio in the first meal of your day. This will help set you up for a balanced blood sugar response from the very get-go in the morning. This can be extremely helpful in helping you to navigate the first part of the day in order to not get the blood sugar spikes, in order to not feel so sluggish because your blood sugar is dropping so fast. Okay, so let me know if this was helpful, if you've been doing that, if that is something new, if you want to give that a try. And most of all, also let me know if you want the free resource. So the free resource that I offer for you is I have created a spreadsheet where I list, meats, but also vegetables and some herbs and spices according to their protein content. So I'll give you exactly the amount of protein per 3-ounce serving, 100 grams of serving for each vegetable that I'm listing, and herbs and spices, because they do have protein as well. Beans, legumes, and grains, some grains, but meat also. And it can be very helpful to have the spreadsheet and to navigate your meals around how many different protein sources you can add in order to increase the protein value in the morning. All right, everybody, let me know if you want this resource, and I hope that you have an amazing weekend. I'll talk to you later.